This is performance evaluation and management. As a second year subject, I think you're already aware about the general principles of human resource management under the first year subject, human resource management, as well as your first semester subject, human resources staffing subject. You learn several HRM functions up to the performance evaluation. Then we talking about the performance evaluation and management in this subject. These are the learning outcomes of this session. After studying this session successfully, you should be able to define what is performance evaluation mean, describe the difference between performance appraisal and performance management. Especially in here, we are using performance evaluation and management in this course. It is broadly mean that performance management. Performance evaluation is a central part of the evaluation is a central part of performance management. Therefore, we are using performance. The subject code, subject name is performance evaluation and management, but in broad meaning, the performance management. Then we are going to describe the nature of performance evaluation. Then is the formal performance characteristic of formal performance evaluation, and discuss the importance of performance evaluation. And finally, we hope to describe the role of top managers, line managers, and HR specialists and employees in generally in the performance evaluation. Okay, firstly, we should define what is performance evaluation. There are two ways we are using to define performance evaluation. Definition, different scholars already defined about the employee performance evaluation and management. We are using that definitions for the performance evaluation and management, and the other approach is meaning by the terms. There are two terms: performance and evaluation. Performance evaluation. Firstly, we move to the second term. It means evaluation. Evaluation is a process of collecting evidence and using it to judge the degree of goodness or worth of the entity being evaluated for various types of decision making. According to Opathasa 2009, evaluation is a process of collecting evidence. It means if we are taking some decisions, we need information for that. Without information, we cannot take right decision. Management is a can be defined as taking correct decision at the correct time. For that, we need right information for the right decision. That is essential for the effective management. Then evaluation is also the collecting evidence. It means the information about the employee performance or whatever you are going to evaluate. We should collect information. It means evidence. Then the purpose of evaluation is the judge to the degree of goodness or worth of the entity being evaluated. It means is if we are evaluating something, we can comment this entity is good, or this entity is properly worked or not. Likewise, then we if we have right information regarding the whatever we are going to evaluate, we can take decision. The second term is performance. Performance is often defined simply in output terms, number of units produced by the employee during the specific time period. Simply, we can understand performance as a output terms. achievement of quantified objectives. But performance is matter not only what people achieve, but how they achieve it. But simply, it is the quantified objectives. It means the number of units produced by the employee or likewise. But in both terms, performance evaluation is not only stressed on the number of outputs, it is also stressed on how they achieved it, how they achieved it. The way of achieving, way of producing, way of contributing to the system. By using Oxford English Dictionary, it's also confirmed the carrying out phrase they are using. The definition of performance is carrying out. It is definition of performance in accomplishment, execution, carrying out, working out. Likewise, it is stressed, it is emphasized that performance is not only what is the output as well, but the performance is what the results and how that results are attained. Both we consider under the performance. Now we have simple idea about the performance, what is performance and what is evaluation. Summary, what is performance, what the results are, as well as how results are attained. Both are concerned under the performance. Evaluation means the collecting evidence about something or some entity, about some entity. Employee performance evaluation means the collecting evidence about what employees are attained, what employees are achieved, and how that results are attained, the way of achieving that results. Both are concerned under the performance evaluation. That is the simple idea about the performance evaluation. That idea is generated from the two terms, performance and evaluation. The second approach is defining performance evaluation is based on the scholars. Different scholars, HRM is already developed. Academic field as well as the practice in management. Therefore, different practitioners as well as different scholars already have been defined performance evaluation by using their words, different terms. The first definition we are considering here, Loic 1979, this is defined that employees performance evaluation is defined as the personnel activity by means of which the enterprise determines the extent to which the employee is performing the job effectively. In this definition, it is highlighted the employee's performance evaluation is one of the personnel activity, not the personal activity, personnel activity. Personnel activity means is one of the major human resource management activity. We are learning about performance evaluation as the HRM function. In this definition, it is highlighted that the employee performance evaluation as the HRM functions, which enterprise determine the extent to which the employee is performing the job effectively. Job means we already aware about the job task, their task, duties, and responsibilities effectively. We are collecting evidence about the employees, how employees are doing their job. The second definition is Schuler and Youngblood, 1986. According to their definitions, employees' performance appraisal. There are different terms. We'll discuss in next few slides. Performance appraisal is alternative terms for the performance evaluation. Not worried about that. Employee performance appraisal or performance evaluation is a system of measuring, evaluating, influencing an employee's job-related attributes, behavior, outcomes, and level of absenteeism to discover at what level the employee is presently performing on the job. It is highlighted that employee performance appraisal as the system. What is system? The system means collection of elements or components, that are organized for common purpose. Performance appraisal. For the performance appraisal, there are several elements. As example, for the performance appraisal purpose, we should create or develop performance evaluation policies and procedures. Those policies and procedures are the main elements of the performance appraisal. Therefore, employee performance, for the performance appraisal, we are using several elements. Therefore, it means there are several elements, a system. For what we are using this elements, it is for measuring employee performance. Measuring. The second thing, evaluating. It means collecting evidence. Then the third one, for influencing. Measuring means what level employees are performing. The second thing, evaluating. Collecting evidence about the employee's performance. It is part of performance management. Evaluating as a part of performance appraisal, performance management, and influencing. If we are already collected about the employee data about the employee's performance, by using that data, we can influence to the employees job-related attributes, behaviors, outcomes. We are collecting evidence about job-related attributes, behaviors, and outcomes. If we were identified there are any mistake or misbehaviors in employees' job performance, we can influence that. If employees are with misbehaviors or disciplinary violations, we can identify through the performance evaluation. Then we can influence to correct that behaviors. Or some employees not performing as we expect. As organizational management, they expect employees should attain this level of performance, 100 products per day, but employees are not actually achieve that level of performance. Some employees are absent. That is also identified by using the performance evaluation. The level of employees is presently performing on the job. But in this definition, we identified as a system. There are several, it is a collection of elements or components for the common purpose. In this definition, it is mentioned some purposes as well. We are using different elements and components to measure employee performance, to evaluate employee performance, and influencing employee performance. For that, next definition from the scholars, performance evaluation is a process. Process means it is not equally same as the system. We already identified the system as the collection of elements or components, but as a process, it means it is a series of actions, not a single action. Performance evaluation is not a single action. Just fill up the performance appraisal form. It is not the performance evaluation. We're doing different series of actions for the purpose of evaluating employee performance. It means by considering all these definitions, we can highlighted three main characteristics. The first one, it is a personnel activity. It means performance evaluation or performance management is a HRM function. The second thing, it is as a system. It means the performance evaluation is a collection of elements or components for the it is organized elements or components for the purpose of evaluating employee performance. Employee performance evaluation is not a single action, it is a process. It means series of actions. By considering these all characteristics, we are using this definition in our course as a working definition. It means we further studied about the performance evaluation and management by using this definition, based on this definition. This is the Professor Partha's definition about the employee performance evaluation. Employees' performance evaluation is defined as a systematic process. Systematic process. It means it's already covered two main characteristics of performance evaluation. Systematic process of identifying the systematic process for what? Identifying, measuring, influencing, and developing job performance of the employees in the organization in relation to the set of norms, standards for a particular period of time in order to achieve various purposes. Now, we completed our first objective. It means the defined performance evaluation. What is performance evaluation? The performance evaluation is a systematic process. That systematic process is for identifying, measuring, influencing, and developing job performance of the employees. The systematic process is for identifying, measuring, influencing, and developing job performance of the employee. Of the employee mean we are directly linked with the employees of the performance, employees of the organization. It means it, it is indirectly implied that it is personnel activity. It is personnel activity. This performance evaluation or performance management directly linked with the contract of employment. Contract of employment between employer and employee. For that, we are using set of norms, standards, as well as we are evaluating performance for a particular time period. Sometime it may be 1 year, it's called annual appraisal or annual performance evaluation. That particular time period is 6 months. We can evaluate biannually, quarterly. Likewise, we can use different particular time period based on the organizational management decision. There are some various purposes. We'll discuss the purposes of performance evaluation in your next session. The second thing, there are different terms we can use for the performance evaluation. Performance evaluation is called by many names. The first one, performance appraisal. The second thing, merit rating, employee assessment, staff assessment, employee evaluation, performance rating. But in here, there are 6 terms. Some students misunderstand the job evaluation is alternative term for the performance evaluation. It is totally wrong. Job evaluation is not an alternative terms for the performance evaluation. Job evaluation is another practice in another HRM function. Then there are small differences, little differences between performance appraisal or performance evaluation and performance management. According to Armstrong 2006, these are the differences between performance evaluation and performance management. Performance appraisal or performance evaluation is top-down assessment. Normally, appraisal is done by top person. It means immediate superior or immediate superior's superior, or likewise top person. Who was evaluated? Evaluation is done about the subordinate. It means down person. Performance evaluation or performance appraisal, we can see it as the top-down assessment. But performance management is broader than the performance evaluation. Point process through dialogue. It means the performance management is not only the evaluation. It is part of we already aware about the management, planning, organizing, leading, controlling. All the functions are relating to the management. Performance is also same. If we are planning for the performance, it is joint process. Discuss employer and employee, then they can develop plan. If employer and employee agree to the level of performance and what they are performing, is called another term. It's called the performance agreement. Performance agreement. By using this performance agreement, continuously organization or management as well as the employee can evaluate. This is a joint process. Performance appraisal is top-down assessment, but performance management is the joint process through the dialogue. Normally, performance appraisal is annual appraisal meeting. It's done for the annual appraisal meeting. But the performance management annual appraisal meeting means annually some organizations there are no standards for that. That standards can be developed organization themselves, not as a SLAs, Sri Lanka accounting standards. It is island-wide accepted standards, but in human resource management, we already know about there are no world accepted standards. That standards or policies can develop organization themselves. The management can decide at what date we are going to take the annual appraisal meeting. For that, based on that decision, the annual appraisal is doing. But the performance management is continuous review with one or more formal reviews. Continually, the performance is reviewing. It means collecting evidence about the performance, then discuss what they are planning and what actually employees are performing. Compare these two at the performance review meeting. The third one is use of ratings. Use of ratings. Ratings mean the level of standards. If the employee achieved what management expected performance, it is good. As example, management are expected 100 products per hour. If the employee A is produce 100 products, the management rating regarding the employee A performance, he is good employee. Likewise, performance appraisal is basically used ratings, but performance management, in the performance management, they also use the rating, but it is less common. It means if management wish to use the rating, they can use. It's based on the managerial decision. Performance appraisal is a monolithic system. It means predetermined set of standards, criteria and standards. Based on that elements, performance appraisal are doing. But performance management is more flexible. It means they are planning for the performance, they are organizing how they achieve their performance and how they evaluate, as well as then they organize, plan, organize, then they leading, then controlling. These are all under the performance management. But if the previous plan is failed, management can review and change their plan. That's why performance management is a flexible process. Performance appraisal is basically focused on the quantified objectives, what employees are achieved. But in the performance management, they also focus on the quantified objectives, but not only that. They also focus on values, behaviors, as well as the objectives. Values and behaviors. It means previously we discussed what is performance. The performance is the results, as well as what is the level of results, as well as how employees are achieve that results, the way of achieving that. Both components are seriously focused on, seriously considered under the performance management. Performance appraisal often linked to the pay management. It is one of the other HRM functions. If the performance management or performance evaluation is basically linked with the pay. If there is a high performance employee, we should pay additionally for their high performance to motivate them. For that, employee performance are evaluated, directly linked with the annual evaluation. If the employee is during the annual appraisal or evaluation, if the management identify this employee was work better during last year, the annual increment of next year is based on that data. That's why the performance appraisal is directly linked with the pay. But the performance management is less likely to be a direct link to pay. Performance management is broad concept. It is not. It is also linked with the pay, but the performance management is not only for that. The next one, performance appraisal is administrative, complex paperwork. It means the performance appraisal is basically done as the administrative task. Documentation or paperwork is essential and core work. But the performance management is documentation is not the key part of the process. Documentation is also there, but it is minimum compared with the performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is done by the HR department. It's personnel activity. Performance management is also, there are leading role to the HR department, but performance management on by the line managers or top managers. What employee should achieve decided by the top managers. If there is a production employee, how many products employee should produce is decided by the production manager. This is part of performance management. Evaluation is done by the HR department. Yes. But now, up to this point, we discuss what is performance evaluation and what is the basic differences between performance evaluation and performance management. But performance evaluation or appraisal is the central part of performance management. In next few sessions, you will learn about the performance appraisal or performance evaluation process. During that process, all the activities focus on how to evaluate employees' performance. Then one step of that process is appraise or evaluation. After that, there are some other actions or steps. Those steps are based on the evaluation data. It means the performance evaluation is critical as well as the key part of the performance management. Without evaluation, we cannot do the performance management. Performance management decision basically depend on the performance evaluation. Then we move to the nature of performance evaluation. Nature of performance evaluation. The evaluation of performance may take place in two general ways. The first one is informal evaluation, informal performance evaluation. The second one, formal performance evaluation. Informal performance evaluation is the constant assessment of an employee's performance by his or her superior in the normal course of work. Every organization uses informal means to some extent, whether or not a formalized systematic evaluation is established. Informal evaluation means not a formal systematic process, predetermined system. Without predetermined system, any organization or superior can evaluate their employees' performance. That is called informal evaluation. Then the second way is formal evaluation. According to Greek 1979, formal performance evaluation is the system set up by the enterprise to regularly and systematically evaluate employees' performance, as cited in Senior Professor Father 2009. Performance evaluation is an evaluation of employees' performance in planned and systematic way. Simple idea of informal evaluation. These both formal or informal evaluation is collecting evidence about the employee's performance. I ask same questions from the two different scenarios. If you are going to collecting evidence about the employee's performance, I'm asking how you are collecting, how you are going to collect your data regarding employees' performance. If your answer is without using formal predetermined system, you are going to just collect there with us. That is informal evaluation. Same question I ask again from the second scenario. How you are going to collect your employees' performance data? By using formalized performance evaluation setup. It means by using predetermined standards, performance evaluation norms and standards, forms and procedures, we are going to collect evidence regarding employees' performance. Then you can categorize it as a formal evaluation. If anyone collecting evidence without using formalized standards, forms, procedures, formalized elements, it means systematic. Without using systematic way, it is informal evaluation. If anyone using the systematic formal performance evaluation, systematic way, predetermined, regular, how they were predetermined how they evaluate their employees' performance. It means they are using formal performance evaluation. Then we can summarize the characteristics of formal performance evaluation. If your performance evaluation is formal, it is a systematic and continuous process. The second character, performance evaluation is a personnel activity based on the contract of employment. Informal evaluation, sometimes superior are evaluating their behaviors out of the organization, but formal performance evaluation is not like this. It is based on the contract of employment. What behaviors employees are agreed to behave within the organization, that can be evaluated by the superior under the formal performance evaluation. How that employee behave in the shop, it cannot be evaluated by using formal performance evaluation. But that data, by using that data, superior can decide this person is good or bad. If that decision is taken by using the data relating to how that person is behaved at the shop, it is informal evaluation. But the formal performance evaluation is a personnel activity. It means based on the contract of employment. The third one, concerned with input, outputs, and values of employees, team, organization. This formal performance evaluation is not only on the output. How employees are behaved within the organization. How employees use organizational resources to their job. That may be employee, team, or organization. Organizational performance mean what organizations are using their inputs as their inputs and what they produce and what they values likewise. Then the last one, flexible and focus on the development. Focus on development. The formal performance evaluation or formal performance management is flexible and focus on development. They are planning for the performance. They are organizing for the performance evaluation. They are evaluating their employees' performance, and finally they review. That during that review, they identify these are the failures, these are the success factors. Then the management can change. It means the performance management or performance evaluation is flexible and it is focused on the development, how we improve our organization, how we improve these employees like that. Then the importance of performance evaluation. This next one, up to this point, we will discuss, define what is performance evaluation means, they describe the difference between performance appraisal and performance management, and they describe the nature of formal performance evaluation. There are 4 characteristics of formal performance evaluation. Then the next one, the importance of performance evaluation. Performance evaluation is important in 2 contexts. In the context of management, it is basically important as an application of controlling function. Management is planning. There are 4 managerial functions: planning, organizing, leading, controlling. Controlling means they are collecting evidence about what they plan and what they actually achieved. Controlling is the key management functions of management process leading to the accomplishment of goals and objectives of any organization. If there is a proper performance evaluation practice, they can identify their set of objectives are achieved or accomplished or not. It means the performance evaluation as an application of controlling function. This function undertaken to ensure that actual performance is confirmed to the planned performance. Therefore, performance evaluation can also use as an application of controlling function. We are in human resource management, but performance evaluation is not limited to the human resource management. It is as the practice of general management. The second one, as the tool for enhance the productivity. If we have proper performance evaluation and management system, performance management system, it will helpful to enhance the productivity. Productivity means ratio between input and output. It is covered both efficiency and effectiveness. Productivity has become a day-to-day key concern for managers because productivity indicates both efficiency and effectiveness of any entity, the organization, any person, any employee, any production unit of the organization. Likewise, if any organization have proper performance evaluation and management system, they can improve or they can enhance their productivity, because they are concerning about what employees are achieving and what they expect from the employees' objectives. Among all resources, human resources are the most important, because that can enhance the productivity of all other resources by improving the performance of human resources. You're already aware about the unique characteristics of human resources. All other resources are managed by the human resources of the organization. If you manage human resources of any organization, it's ensured that all other resources are planning well, organizing well, leading well, and controlling well. Mean you are ensured, if you are actively participating or involving in performance management, is automatically ensured that your all other resources, financial, production resources, materials, likewise any other resources, all other resources are controlled by the human resources. If you control the human resources of any organization, it is directly linked with the controlling of all other resources. Therefore, it is a main way to enhance the productivity. The third one, in the context of human resource management as a key HRM functions. Employees' performance evaluation is one of the most important HRM functions. From the definition, we learn about the performance evaluation is an personnel activity. It's a personnel activity. That means the performance evaluation is HRM function. Further, understanding specific purposes of employee performance evaluation helps you to appreciate regarding importance of employees' performance evaluation in the context of management. In your next session, session number 2, we'll further discuss about the purposes of performance evaluation and management. Without doing performance evaluation properly, we cannot do many other HRM functions in a correct way. Therefore, performance evaluation and management is very important as the key HRM functions. As example, without evaluating employees' performance, you cannot pay for the high performance employees. You cannot identify who should promote for the next level, employee movement. Without proper performance evaluation data, you cannot redesign your job, organizational jobs. Likewise, many other related. The performance evaluation is directly linked with the many other HRM functions. The last one, in the context of human resource management as the tool for evaluation of human resource management. In the strategic human resource management, we are concerning about more about this, but in here, the tool for evaluation of human resource management mean as HR field, HR model, we have generic purpose of human resource management. How we achieve generic purpose of human resource management? by achieving the strategic goals of human resource management. How we achieve strategic goals of human resource management? By achieving objectives of human resource management. How we achieve the objectives of human resource management? By proper functioning of several HRM functions. One of key HRM function is performance evaluation. It means without doing performance evaluation properly, we cannot achieve the generic purpose of human resource management. It means performance evaluation, it is important as the tool for evaluation of human resource management. Yes. Appreciate controlling system is not needed to successful implementation of HRM policies, procedures, and practices in any organization. We are designing jobs, we are analyzing jobs, we are planning for the human resources, we are recruiting, we are hiring, we are selecting and hiring people for the organization. But without evaluating their performance, we cannot confirm our all HRM functions are success or fail. If we are hiring right people, can be confirmed by evaluating the hired employees' performance, by evaluating new employees' performance. If the employee is doing well, it means our hiring decision is correct. It means our selection policies and procedures are correct. Hence, performance evaluation is important as a tool for evaluation of effectiveness of the HRM policies and procedures and practices. We already discussed the importance of performance evaluation in two contexts. In the context of management in broad, in the context of human resource management specifically. Then we move to the theories relating to the performance evaluation. Theories relating to the performance evaluation. The first one, goal theory. Goal theory. This theory emphasizes in performance evaluation on setting and arranging goals against which performance can be evaluated. PE is mainly focused on evaluation of what employees achieved and how they achieved. The goal theory highlights four mechanisms that concerns goals to the performance. Basically, the goal theory is emphasized if anyone have the realistic goal, they are motivating to do that. If the employee have right goal in their job, that employee is motivating to achieve that goal. That is basic idea of goal theory. In the performance evaluation, we set performance goals. That is linked with the employee performance. The goal theory highlights four mechanisms that connected to the performance. The first one, goal direct attention to priorities. If you have goal, you prioritize what you have to do to achieve that goal. If you don't have goal, your works are not prioritized. Whatever the thing you do, but it is not linked with your goal because you don't have right goal. The second one, the goal stimulate effort. It means if you have goal, your effort is employed for that. But if you don't have any goals, it means your effort will waste because that is not focus to achieve anything. The goals challenge people to enhance their knowledge and skills. It means if you have goal, it means getting first class from your degree program. It's challenging you to enhance your knowledge and skills. The employees is also same. If any employee want to get the performance incentives, it is their goal in their work life, then they improve their knowledge, work-related knowledge and skills to achieve that goal. But if any employee don't want to get the performance incentive, it means the employees are not motivated to do that. The more challenging goal is more people will draw their full capacity. If any employee set the right, correct goal for their life, they do their full capacity. But if any employee or management don't set the performance goal, they do not give their maximum contribution to the organization. The second theory is reinforcement theory. Reinforcement theory focuses attention on the feedback as a mechanism of shaping behaviors. The key part of the goal theory is right goal. In here, reinforcement theory, the key components of the performance appraisal is feedback. If we give the right feedback to the employee, it will enhance the employee performance and it will help to shaping their behavior. If any employee doing in a right way their job, we should appreciate. Then they motivate to do again and again that. If some employee have misbehavior or doing wrong thing, we should give the warning. That is one of the feedback. By giving warning, we can minimize that type of misbehaviors. We can shape, we can change that behavior by using that feedback. Feedback is recognized as the important part of performance evaluation process. In the performance review meeting or performance review discussion, we give the feedback to the employee. That is very important part of the performance evaluation process. As people receive feedback on their behaviors, they appreciate the difference between what they are doing and what they are expected to do and take corrective actions, overcome differences. The goal theory, it is highlighted that the right performance goal is very important part of the performance evaluation. The reinforcement theory is very important part is give the right feedback to the employee. By giving right feedback to the employee, we can shaping their behaviors, and we can overcome the differences between what we are expected and what they are doing. The next one is social cognitive theory. Social cognitive theory. Social cognitive theory is developed by the Albert Bandura 1986. It is based on the central concepts of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy means the people they think, they believes about their capabilities. If any employee assess, any employee have correct assessment about their capabilities, that will enhance their performance. This suggests that what people believe they can or cannot do powerfully impact on their performance. It means we set performance goals in the performance agreement. By doing performance evaluation, we collect information about the evidence about the what employees are doing. Then under the performance review meeting, we give feedbacks to the people. Then they can review what their capabilities. Sometimes the employee is not in a right job. Their capabilities is not match with what they are doing. Then people can rethink about their job. The second one is what employee believe they can. They can select job relating to that area. Developing, strengthening positive self-beliefs in employees, it is therefore, it is important part of performance evaluation. Then we move to the last part of the today's session. It is role of performance evaluation. According to Armstrong 2006, there are 4 groups of people who committed to the performance evaluation is crucial to its success. Who are the 4 groups? The first top managers, line managers, HR department, and employees. We'll consider one by one. The first one is role of top managers in performance evaluation. Performance evaluation is indeed about managing the business as a part of general management functions. We already discussed about that. In the context of management, as the application of controlling function, performance evaluation is very important. Hence, top managers take the leadership, set the direction, act as a role model, and define and act upon core values relating to performance evaluation. What is their role? The role of top managers in the performance evaluation is, the first role is take the leadership. The second role, they need to set the direction for the performance evaluation. The third role is the top managers should act as the role models. It means they should actively involving the performance evaluation and management. Then followers also follow them. These are the three main roles of top managers in performance evaluation. As well as they should define and act upon core values relating to the performance evaluation. Because they are leaders, they are direct, they set the directions and they act as a role model. Then therefore they should act upon core values. What are the good things and bad things of performance evaluation? They need to follow only the good things, not the bad practices. The top managers should should behave based on the core values of the performance evaluation. It is their job to convenience and motivate line managers. On the other part, basically they should take the leadership and they set the direction and act as the role model. Other roles are they need to motivate the line managers, HR managers, and other that they believe performance evaluation plays a key role in ensuring that business goals are achieved. The second party is the role of line managers. Performance evaluation is not only HRM function, and it is a part of the general management functions. Basically, it is considering about the organization's employees. Therefore, it is a personal activity, but it is not only about the HR department employees. It is considering about all the employees of the organization. Therefore, without getting contribution of all the parties, other line managers, without getting production managers support, HR department cannot evaluate the production employees. Hence, it is important to ensure that all the stakeholders are involved in the development of the system and that all connected are gives as much opportunity as possible to learn about performance evaluation. They take part establishing objectives of performance evaluation, formulating policies and procedures. These are some steps of performance evaluation process we'll discuss in next few sessions. Don't worry about that. But line managers also have key roles in the performance evaluation. Then the third party is the HR department. The role of HR department in performance evaluation is most important. HR department should get the coordinating part of performance evaluation because it is one major key HRM functions. For this department role, HR specialists should take the leadership roles in proper functioning of performance evaluation process. You are already aware about the HR specialist. It means the person who are specialized, they have the deep knowledge and understanding about one of few HR related areas, HR specialist. It means the performance evaluation specialist should take the leadership because without a proper deep knowledge and understanding about the performance evaluation, the top managers and other line managers cannot set the proper performance evaluation system. Most of the line managers are perceived performance evaluation as the HRM functions, and therefore they are open, only they are not committed in performance evaluation process. If they are involving in, if they are doing the performance evaluation, just fill up the performance evaluation form and send it to the HR department. Some line managers think that is the only part of, they are part of the performance evaluation. Many of other parties just fill up the PE forms for production, not only the production manager, other parties, because they had to, but unenthusiastically, if top managers and line managers are not committed, HR department cannot run the performance evaluation process smoothly. The role of HR department is explaining the importance of performance evaluation to the top managers and line managers, for encouraging them and facilitating to the proper functioning of performance evaluation. Then the last party is the role of employees in the performance evaluation. Every employee from the top to bottom of an organization is subject to performance evaluation, even if there is not necessarily a formal process. Each and every employee should take part of their performance evaluation. Their reward and future is affected by it, and in the more formal process, they take part in measuring and reviewing performance. If organizations are evaluating their performance, employee should be aware, and employee should know about that, as well as in the review meeting, they should take the review comment and they need to improve their capabilities. They should review themselves and take necessary actions. In some performance evaluation methods, like 360-degree assessment methods, there are specific role for the employees in performance evaluation. We'll discuss what is 360 assessment method in next few sessions with you. This is all about the today's sessions. When we summarize it, we define what is performance evaluation mean. Secondly, we describe difference between performance appraisal and performance management. Then we discuss what are the different terms of use for the performance evaluation. Describe the nature of performance evaluation. There are two types of performance evaluation, formal and informal. We discuss how we identify the formal performance evaluation, and then we list the 4 characteristics of formal performance evaluation. Then we discuss the importance of performance evaluation in the context of management as well as in the context of human resource management. Then we, as the last part, we describe the role of top managers, line managers, HR specialists, and employees in generally in the performance evaluation.